teacher.
Yes.
Me being your student, I'm wondering if you could review the cellular respiration with me.
I sure can. Let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at a cell. The first stage of cellular respiration takes place in the cytosol, and it is called glycolysis. Using the energy of two ATP molecules and receiving two phosphates, a glucose molecule is broken down into two 3-carbon molecules. Each 3-carbon molecule then goes through the same transformation. NAD+ and 2-ADP change the 3-carbon molecule through a series of reactions into pyruvic acid. The NAD+ gains 2 electrons and a hydrogen to become NADH, and each ADP gains a phosphorus atom. The pyruvic acid then has two options. If oxygen is not available, the pyruvic acid goes through the process of fermentation to regenerate the supply of NAD+. The NADH molecule produced earlier loses the 2 electrons and hydrogen to form NAD+. If the process is occurring within a plant cell, the pyruvic acid is turned into ethyl alcohol. With mammals, it turns into lactic acid. If oxygen is available, the pyruvic acid is transferred into the mitochondria. More energy is released when the pyruvic acid molecule is divided into acetic acid and carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide leaves the reaction, and the acetic acid continues on to the Krebs cycle. A coenzyme called CoA combines the acetic acid to form the acetyl group with oxaloacetic acid. The coenzyme A is then released, forming citric acid. Through a series of reactions, hydrogen, high-energy electrons, and 2 carbon atoms are stripped from the citric acid molecule. Oxaloacetic acid remains, ready to start the cycle all over again. The final stage of cellular respiration is responsible for storing energy as ATP and is called the electron transport system. The NADH molecules lost 2 electrons and a hydrogen to form NAD+. Enzymes in the inner membrane transfer the electrons, passing them back and forth along the membrane. Energy is released each time the electrons pass through the inner membrane. This energy is used to pump hydrogen ions across the inner membrane of the mitochondria into the intermembrane space. As hydrogen ions build along the outer part of the inner membrane, a concentration gradient forms, forcing the hydrogen ions to diffuse through an enzyme complex back across the inner membrane and into the matrix of the mitochondria. ATP is then formed from ADP. The electrons, hydrogen ions, and oxygen then combine to form water. Now, do you understand it better, Reginald?
I think I do, teacher. Thank you.
Yay!